We are back here to talk about poultry farming, and we are still talking about the use of organic materials. These organic materials have really helped me here at Kevara Farm. I'm actually enjoying the farm because my production is so high. I'm producing eggs which are so yellow. When you're using organic materials, you produce eggs which are having yellow yolk, and that's why in local birds, those people who are free ranging the local birds, because they always feed on the greens and all these things that we are talking about, they feed on them, and that's why their yolk is always yellow. So if you're feeding your chicken with these organic materials which we are talking about here, just know you're going to produce eggs which are yellow yolk. And I want to tell you that maybe in other countries, but here in my country, people like eggs which have yellow yolk. So I'm enjoying the farming here because the birds are not getting sick. The eggs are yellow. People are fighting for my eggs, guys. So if at all you haven't started using these organic materials, it's high time you start using them. You're going to enjoy the benefits. So in today's video, I want us to discuss how we can deworm our chicken using these pawpaw leaves. And I also want to show you how you can prepare them and how you can administer to your birds. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm called Lillian and this is Kevara Farm. Here we talk more about poultry farming, so please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. These pawpaw leaves, they are so useful to our birds. I've ever made a video about benefits of using these papaya leaves in our poultry. So please, if you haven't checked out, you can check it out and see in details the benefits of these pawpaw leaves to our birds. Because actually these pawpaw leaves are so useful to our birds. Actually, even the pawpaw seeds, even the pawpaw, the fruit itself, they are so important to our birds. And because they are so important, I have planted 3 trees of pawpaws here at the farm. So if you can also plant these pawpaw trees at your farm because they have a lot of benefits to our birds. When you have these pawpaw leaves at your farm, it's going to help you because they help to move out all the worms in the chicken. They are so good at deworming our birds. So if you cannot get the seeds, because also the seeds can be so important when it comes to deworming the birds. So if you cannot deworm using the seeds, you can deworm using these pawpaw leaves. And I think using these pawpaw leaves is so easy. Because the procedure of using the seeds can be long because you have to first dry them, which takes some time. But when you're using these pawpaw leaves, you just get them and you crush them, and then you'll be able to get juice and deworm your birds. Actually, you know, in poultry farming, we are advised to deworm every after a month. We are supposed to deworm. But when you deworm with these pawpaw leaves, you can be able to deworm. Let's say this month you deworm using these pawpaw leaves, and then the next month you deworm using the manufactured dewormer, the dewormer which you have been using to deworm your birds. They are going to work very well on deworming our birds. And when you're using these pawpaw leaves, it means you're saving so much money. So your cost of production has reduced, and that way you will be able to realize the more profits at the end of the month. And when you're deworming using these pawpaw leaves, you just know that even the chicken are getting all the other benefits that are contained in these pawpaw leaves. For example, these pawpaw leaves contain tons and tons of vitamins, so which means if you give to your birds, those birds are going to get those vitamins. Then these pawpaw leaves, they help to boost the immunity of the birds. They also help to give the yellow yolk to the birds. And actually, when you're using this, you will be able to realize the orange yolk at your farm. So now let's go and talk about how you can prepare these pawpaw leaves before you give to your birds. One way of giving these purple leaves to our chicken, you can just give them to the birds the way you see them, the way they are. But for people who have many birds, it's better you use the other method which we are going to talk about. But I want to show you that when you take these leaves to the chicken, because the chicken always know what they want and they love these purple leaves, I'm going to take them and you will see how these birds are going to run in order to come and feed on these purple leaves. So let's just go and take these leaves to the chicken. You can see how the birds are fighting to have these purple leaves. You can just see. So if you want all the birds to have share on these leaves, you tie, because the chicken are now all coming here because they want. But if you want every chicken to have a share on these leaves, you tie them in the chicken house such that all the birds can be able to get a share. You can see how they are fighting to have these leaves. So you can just see, this is so good. And then give these purple leaves to your birds each and every evening. And when you give them these leaves in the evening, you will be able to reduce on the bad habits these chicken develop when they are bored. For example, pecking and cannibalism. Another way of giving these purple leaves to the chicken is you can use a blender. If you have a blender, what we need juice from these leaves. Or if at all you do not have a blender, you can crush them. So whichever way that you use, whichever way that is so favorable for you, as long as we get this juice from these purple leaves. And this method is the one which is preferred for people who having a lot of birds, who having many birds. So now we crush after washing properly, then we crush to get the powder. So this is what we have got. So now we mix this in water. And be able to get the juice from these leaves. As you can see. And as you can see, they are so concentrated. So as you can see, this is what we get. This is what we get. And because all the particles that you're seeing, all these particles, all this is required by the birds. So I do not sieve. I give each and everything as it is to the birds. And how do you administer them to the birds? In organic farming, what I have come to see, these organic materials, there is no overdose or underdose. So if at all you're having many pawpaw leaves at your farm, you can just do as much as you can and you give to your birds. But if you're having a huge number of birds at the farm, you can as well give the same way you're giving Newcastle vaccine. You can first make the birds get thirst. Like you don't give them water for like 2 hours or 3 hours, and then after those hours you put this liquid in drinkers. You put small quantities and then you give to the birds. And because after that, after the 3 hours, the birds will be having a lot of thirst, they will just run and they will be able to drink, and they will finish within 30 minutes. They will finish, and that way each bird will get a share and it's going to help them. So please, if you want to be successful in poultry farming, put all these things that I talk about here into practice. You're going to see results at your poultry farm. So thank you so much for watching me. If you're new on this channel, I'm called Lillian and this is Kevara Farm. Please consider subscribing to this channel, and to our returning viewers, thank you so much. And those who have subscribed, thank you so much. I'm really so grateful. And please don't forget to tell me where you're watching me from, and don't forget to ask me each and every question that you would want me to answer. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Let me see you in the next video.